Hooligan's Pitch. It's back.
Hello.
There was a little break in there, but it's back for now.
The news was heavy. We said we got to talk about it.
I feel like it went from a quiet start to the summer.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden everything just ramped up real quick.
It was a quiet start to the Club World Cup, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then by the end of it, it's everywhere. It's all over the news. Every subreddit on my front page today had almost something to say about the Club World Cup, which,
yeah,
for various reasons.
Yeah, I wish it was all sporting reasons, but
is bad press good press?
To some people, I think so.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. This is a trip. What a week.
Yeah. I mean, I did not think we would ever have to talk about our president on here, but here we are.
All right, let's just get this out of the way.
We might as well.
We didn't even talk about it in our notes, but I knew it was going to come up. Is he the first presidential leader to be on a platform when a team has been celebrating a trophy win, like all time?
I don't know for sure, but I would assume so. You always see the president or whoever handing out the medals, but then I think they all typically understand that the trophy and trophy lift is for the team and the players that put in the effort, and your time as kind of your showpiece is over, right? And you let the players have the glory, but they tried to get him off the stage.
Bro, how awkward was that? Cole Palmer was telling Reece James not to lift the trophy yet because he was like, "What?" Like,
yeah, it's just another weird, awkward moment for America, I think, and I worry more and more each day about the World Cup, basically.
Well, okay, so here's a theory that I saw. And we don't have to go down this road too far, but Trump likes to associate himself with winners. Mm-hmm. And there's no way the United States team is going to be winning this thing. I mean, if we're super realistic. So I think he'll disassociate from the United States men's team. However, if you're Brazil, if you are Spain, you better watch your platform. Dude, I'm not kidding.
I'm picturing whatever team wins this thing doing like boxing out now on the platform. And
well, I was quickly like, okay, what big countries in the last couple of years won? And I was thinking like, okay, France, right? How did France do it? Because I know their president loves the game and is very involved. But what they did was they had the trophy basically pass by the president of France and probably board members, whatever, and they showed them the World Cup trophy. And then on the main part of the stage, that's where everyone was waiting on the French team to get the actual trophy, which I was like, I get that. The trophy goes by everyone. They all looked at it. I think they even touched it a little bit and everything, but it wasn't for the lift. It wasn't for the photo op, right? It's crazy. The photo op is going to have Trump next to Reece James, which is just, who would have thunk? Who would have thunk?
It's in there, he snuck his way in, and I don't know. And then now I'm seeing that the one that they lift was a replica, and then the real one is just sitting in the Oval Office, and he says it's staying there, and it's
I want to know more about that. I want to know how much of that is true. Again, it's been a crazy week. I don't know what's being said anymore.
I don't know what's real on that and what's either him trying to make some weird joke or just something made up, right? But just a weird look. Yeah.
This is not a joke. He was literally tweeting at Rosie O'Donnell not long after this trophy lift. So that's the type of day he was having. And then this thing just set everything off.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's exhausting. You could go on and on about this one. It's like how Spain the women when the women's won the World Cup
Yeah.
for Spain. Obviously, that stage had a lot of controversy, and like what their president of was that the president of Spain or the president of like Spanish
I think it was
Football
the, like,
Federation?
Spanish Football
Okay.
Federation, I think.
It's like that's one thing. Like that's like bad. This is like embarrassing. You know what I mean? It's like two
Yeah.
separate issues on the stage, but it's like, why are we having all these stage issues right now? Why can't it just be
Yeah.
like for the players? Let the players do their thing. Like this is the one time when like they get to be
Yeah.
like themselves.
I think it just needs to, I get the like lines of who's in power and the situation is kind of blurred, but like this was a FIFA event, right? So I think FIFA should have stepped in and been like, you're not supposed to be up there, and like,
Well, I kind of tried.
yeah, he tried. I guess you can't like forcefully remove him, but like maybe you should have like made it clear that you need to get off the stage and like let the players have this moment, sort of thing. Because if it was like your own country's president up there with you and you were cool with it, I think that's fine. But when it's just like the host country's president, just like
It's so weird.
stealing a moment of the spotlight for some
So
reason,
weird.
it's just
It's
very
definitely
strange.
like a okay grandpa moment. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, I honestly, when I saw he was staying up there, I really thought he was gonna try and like give it a lift himself.
That's what I thought. I thought he was gonna like hold it like next to them or have like and like do it with him. I was like, oh god, it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
Man.
So I'm glad it didn't go that far, but I mean, just something I've never seen before, and I wouldn't be surprised if this was his trial run, and then come World Cup, yeah, he gets up there and he's lifting with everyone.
It's close. Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah.
Jeez. All right. Well, outside of that news, there is a whole lot of football news going on in the world. Lots of transfers coming in for Premier League. Your team, my team are making some, I'm gonna say it, pretty excellent moves over the last couple weeks.
So.
I think we are both in a. Of course, we're probably going to go at it next year for the title again. Looking at Liverpool here, I think there's going to be a lot more emotional pressure now, especially with Diogo Jota passing away and how much that's already like affecting the team just in the preseason matches we're having. And it's just like, okay, this season now it's going to be so much different than any other season just because of how it's already starting. Like usually you're coming into the season like excited and ready to go, and that is not the vibe at all right now. So to flip that switch, man, that's going to be super tough for us to come in and just like have it. So I'm a little, I'm really hoping this is going to be one of those seasons like where we kind of do it for him type mentality, and like that's the driving motivator. I mean, come on, like the Slot doesn't need to do much motivating besides that right there. Like that's and like and the fans themselves, and like honestly, away fans. We're gonna be seeing a lot of away fans being I think pretty supportive of Liverpool at the 20th minute. So that'll be fascinating to watch and like be a part of.
I mean, I think it will be one of those unique moments where rivalry or even just opposing fan, that all kind of melts away, and it just is one of those moments where like we're all here for football. We all like watching, great players. Mm-hmm. Whether you want to admit you like watching the opposing team's play or not, like Jota was always an issue for Arsenal and many teams, right? Where he would come on and he's electric and scores and a great player, really fun to watch. So I think you're right. It's going to be one thing for Liverpool and their fans, but I think also away fans will appreciate what he brought to that team and kind of show their respects, I guess.
I mean, he was super likable across the board. No team really didn't dislike Jota. I mean, we go in our Discord and you see when he comes on, everyone's like, here it comes. Like,
yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy to have that happen. in terms of like, because this is the world keeps spinning in terms of football. I mean, our attack is now a little different. Like, who is going to be
Yeah.
that person to come on and give that energy outside in Darwin? Because like Jota and Darwin are, I guess, similar mentality, but two completely different styles. Like, they want to be the spark and the energizer and come in and like find a way to get whatever they need to do to get it done. Jota was just so much more clinical and like,
Yeah.
you knew chaos was coming with Nunez. You knew like potential like a goal is coming almost every time with Jota. So I don't know what we do about that replacement just yet.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly one thing I thought of, just like, because there had been and maybe still are a lot of rumors of Diaz. I don't know, Madrid or Barcelona, whatever it's at now. Maybe I think it's a
It's
Bayern Munich's
Bayern,
in there
yeah.
now. Yeah, so I kind of thought like, well, is that now kind of off the table? Because you kind of need players, right? So, if I don't know if it's Diaz wanting out necessarily, or teams are just looking at him, but certainly the transfer plans will have changed a little bit here, and whether that's bringing someone in or just kind of keeping more of that attacking force together, at least until winter, and then you can kind of reassess. But I mean, beyond that, though, I think Liverpool's made some strong signings, and I think has, at least from the rumors and stuff, looks like they will continue to. You posted the Mateta one today, which
Dude,
I think would be a
come
crazy
on.
pickup. I think
That's
that's
like
pretty good.
Actually, I got a lot of Mateta highlights coming up in my feed today, and I was like, yes, like I need this.
Yeah, I think he could bring a nice kind of focal point to the attack.
It'd be really interesting to see how he plays in that squad. Like, I'm stoked to watch it. I hope I get to watch it every weekend. Yeah, and there's still rumors about Isaac too. He's not out. He's not out of the picture either. If I could take both, great. But I think I'd rather have Mateta just for the price.
I think so. The price for Isaac is going to be just crazy. It's going to be another Wirtz price, basically, which, I don't think Liverpool or really any team could really do that and not screw like future windows, right? But I think Mateta is a great shout. When him and Palace were kind of on it, he was always good for a goal, or at least helping create a goal, or cause an issue. So I think you throw him in there with a Salah and Wirtz behind him now, and potentially Diaz or Gakpo next to him. Like, that's still a strong lineup, and now you got big Mateta up top to knock the balls in. So
I don't think it's unfair to say that Mateta can and is the better player than Isaac with the right team around him. I think he could have been just as good as Isaac for Castle, honestly. Because if he's putting in that type of goal contributions with Palace when they were in this middle of the table, we got Newcastle in Champions League. Like, I don't know. I think he can work. I think he could. I mean, Liverpool's really never had a true number 9 kind of in the Salah era. Like, we like to throw Nunez in there. Firmino wasn't that guy, and then you can go, find a couple random strikers that have come through. But he'd be an interesting one, but not one that would like need the ball all the time, which is why we'd fit in great. So, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
we spent a lot of money though.
Yeah, but like Arsenal's kind of the same way, spending a lot of money, and obviously has over past seasons as well. But I think that's just the state of the game, unfortunately. If you're gonna try and play at the top and like maintain your position up there and compete in all these different competitions, it's taking a lot of money to get these players, and everyone knows Premier League teams have this kind of money, so they'll charge a higher price if they need to. But I think that's just that's where the game is at, hate it or not. It's just money is all over football now.
Yep. So do you want to go through like the top, we got like top 20, top 15-ish transfers in Premier League here, and
sure,
just like do a quick grade.
Yeah.
We'll go most expensive to least expensive here. Will this be a good list? Roughly. We'll start here. We'll just do market value. Wirtz is first, which was, let's be real, kind of came out of nowhere.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
We thought it was going to be Bayern, and then Liverpool said, "You want to try us?" And he was like, "Yes." Then it got done.
I mean, yeah, it felt like, so many of these German players go from one Bundesliga team, pop off, and then end up at Bayern, and that just
Forever
seems to be the pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so for Liverpool to kind of be able to turn his head enough,
what's cooking?
I think says a lot about what he thinks of that team, and how serious Liverpool is about kind of maintaining their spot at the top of the table. Even as you're coming into the later years of Salah, like, will Wirtz be the guy bombing down the right wing? No, but he can be your next Salah. So I think obviously not having seen him play in that Liverpool team yet, I think he's going to be a slam dunk. But yeah, I guess we'll figure it out. But
I mean, I would sure hope so. It'd be wild if he wasn't. Definitely one of the best young midfielders we've gotten in the last. I mean, it's similar like when Coutinho came in, but not even like this is much higher than that, right? Coutinho came in from Inter. We're like, oh, this kid looks good. Wirtz has already kind of proven that he is pretty good. So I give an A+ for player and club for getting that move done.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think he's going to be a standout player for the season. And if anything, it takes a lot of pressure off of almost your whole front line, right? Because you can't let Wirtz just take the ball from midfield and walk up and leave everyone open. So you got to kind of press him, but then now you got Salah running in behind. You got maybe Mateta up front there, or Gakpo, Diaz, whoever. So I think it's what was a quick and fun attack already, I think just got more quick and more fun.
It'll be super fun. I don't know. I usually don't go for player kits, but now if Mateta comes on, I'm like, I gotta get like 4 this year.
It's rough. It's rough. Spend a lot of money.
Too many players that I like on this team now. It's ridiculous. All right, next player, Mateus Cunha.
Cunha.
You want to start?
Oh, I think it's hard to judge. I mean, he did well for Wolves. I think he is a good player. I think at his market value is 60. Feels a little bit high, I think, for what he is. But I feel like both on player and and club here is just a big question mark for me, because we've seen Man U just be terrible with transfers and just overall play for years now. So I find it hard to figure out if he's actually going to be a good fit, because I don't know how they want to play.
Yeah, I mean, Cunha is an interesting one because he is a striker that a lot of teams wanted in the Premier League, and usually those players weren't going to Man United in recent years, right? Like, Cunha was one of those players that teams wanted, and Man United somehow got him. And I felt like in the past, 5-ish years, Man United isn't really signing the players that other teams want, like the Arsenals, Liverpools, whoever, the big six. I don't really recall Man U coming in and like swooping up a player like that. Unless you can give me someone on the top of your head that other teams wanted and they're like, we're choosing Man United. That just didn't feel like it just hasn't happened in a minute.
Yeah, not really.
Right? Even if we look at just the transfer market, like top 25 transfers, there's only one in here to Man United. And there is a big reason for that. When you see, I mean, you can look at this. I see a couple Cities. I see a couple Arsenals. I see a lot of Liverpool. Hell, Tottenham on here a couple times. So like those teams are getting players. Obviously, big name players being top 25, and there's only one Man United player in here. For what did he get last year? Did he get 15 goals? Maybe. So like
Maybe.
probably top 10 in Premier League, but nothing. Not like the top guy in the Premier League that they're getting. So yeah, that's that. The question mark thing is pretty accurate. I'm gonna say for Man United, like you got a pretty solid player. So I would give the club a B. But as a player, Cunha is going to a team that remind us what place they got in Chad last year.
I don't even fully remember.
Pretty
but
sure it was
low.
16th. Pretty sure it's 16th. So Cunha, you just
I think so.
you just downgraded from a team that was up and coming to a team that's been up there and probably isn't going to be back there anytime soon. So I give Cunha a C for that transfer. It was crazy.
I think he went too quick, right? Because there was all that talk for like, I don't know how serious it was, but Arsenal's name was in there, and other Premier League teams were apparently looking at him. And then I felt like season ended, and he was like at Man United all of a sudden. Like
Europa hadn't even happened yet.
Yeah, like you gotta play your time a little bit, right? Like, looking back, last season he had 15 goals, 6 assists, so a good enough
season.
Return. Yeah,
good season.
Especially in a Wolves team that was lackluster, I guess.
Took them a while to find their way, but yes.
Yeah, but I think maybe he was like so afraid if he waited he would be stuck at Wolves, and he didn't want to play that again. But I think,
but why United? Why this team? They sucked. They sucked. That's crazy. That he was like,
he's hoping he can go in and be the guy. Maybe, I don't know, but
he would be the crazy. This team is so crazy, Chad. It would be him and Bruno. Those are the only guys on this team. That's what's he could be the guy, but you need a lot of other guys. I don't know, man. I hate that transfer so much. I thought he was going to force quit it when they lost Europa. I really did.
He should have, because that was just a miserable showing. So, I think it's just going to be hard. They still got Hoyland there, so they'll certainly want to keep using him. So I'm assuming Cunha will kind of play off the wing, maybe be a little bit more inside forward, and I'm sure get a handful of games at striker. But I think there's so many issues with that team, and you were I don't know if I'd say like if it was Man United or he would have to stay at Wolves. I don't know. I think you maybe ride out Wolves for another half season at least, right? There's always the winter window to make a move, but to jump to United like immediately, he's got to just be a United fan from like childhood or something, and saw his opportunity and jumped, because that was a crazy time to do it. And yeah, it happened so early. I kind of forgot it happened until you said it. So
yeah, that's and it was just happened so early. That was like all these signings that are happening in the last like 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, a fascinating one, because I didn't think this would be the team that got him, but Mohamed Kudus, now a Spur, which sucks. And okay, so here's I'll get going with this one a little bit. Mm-hmm. I was on the Kudus bandwagon. I was on it.
Yeah.
I think I'm ready to get off of it. and not so much because of the player, but because of what he's coming into. I think if things don't go Kudus' way early, the season's going to be bad for him. I think he's one of those players where the fuse is short. I mean, he was at West Ham for 2 seasons, right? Pretty good first season. I would say he had a pretty mediocre second season, and it should have been a lot better. It just wasn't. And now he has a chance to go into Spurs and prove something. But Chad, remind me, what place did the Spurs come in last year?
Well, if we're saying Man U got 16th, I'm pretty sure Spurs were 15th,
No, they were
14th,
17th.
17th. Ugh.
Remember, they were the
It's been
team.
so long.
They were the team right outside of relegation to be the closest or something without
Oh yeah, that's
winning,
right. That's
scoring
right.
as many
That's right.
goals, but being the closest. That's some crazy stat. Um, love the manager pickup. I think Frank
Hmm.
could be a great manager for them. I just don't think the Spurs are going to treat him with the same type of loyalty that Brentford did. So
Sure. Yeah.
weirder pressure. If success doesn't come early for them, I think Kudus and the Spurs have the same mentality. Short fuse. Um, Frank has such a calm demeanor, right? We've never
Yeah.
really seen him get, I don't know, angry. Really, honestly,
No.
like
No.
upset, but like angry at anyone. Haven't seen it. I've paid attention to him quite a bit over the last couple of years. I feel like the Spurs could break him.
um. Yeah. This is a almost another like Cunha kind of situation of like, I know West Ham was not working out for you. I get that. Um. But again,
I was like,
I
Tottenham?
think you probably had better choices. Like maybe even outside of Premier League, right? Like I think you're probably good enough to go into a handful of top teams in Italy and Germany and Spain if we're really done with West Ham. I get that Tottenham's probably paying you more than those teams might, so that can play a factor. But I just I don't know. I mean, we we saw when West Ham had their good games, Kudus I think was mostly good, and if anything, from me watching it seemed the times he wasn't good, it was just they didn't know where to play him or how to utilize him. I think
Motivate, also
Frank will.
motivation a little bit in there too. I think he was probably
Sure, yeah,
frustrated by the fact where he was all over the place. That could
yeah,
throw you
yeah,
off a little bit, but yeah, I hear
yeah.
you.
I think Frank will be a little bit more decided and
Yeah,
where he wants to play him and how to use him, and I think that'll help Kudus. But I think you're right that if this Tottenham team, not a full repeat of last season, but has a bad period like that, I think we kind of have seen it at West Ham. Where Kudus does kind of fall off and kind of loses his momentum and his confidence. I think just because he's just pissed off and
hmm
not enjoying his football. And you go to a Tottenham team that has a history of maybe not the most exciting games. A lot of 1-0 wins, a lot of just surviving, right, or grabbing the late goal. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how he does. I think from Tottenham perspective, I think it's a great pickup. I think
I think so
if you
too.
get if you get a good Kudus, I think he's a great player to have in your squad. He's not afraid to dribble at players. He's quick. When he
hmm
wants to shoot, he has a good shot. But that was part of the issue last season. He just was not shooting. So
Right.
we'll see. Um,
On paper, their squad is interesting.
yeah, I think they're making some great pickups, and um, it's kind of all up in the air of what kind of team Thomas Frank will want, but um, I think they're making good signings and trying to build a good team.
I think they got to let Frank cook. Got to let him
I think
be.
so.
Got to let him be autonomous in his decisions.
Hmm.
Excuse me, and not be. Oh man, Thomas Frank
Oh,
is in
bless
my.
you.
He's in my head.
Yeah, whoa.
I think they got to let him just not be micromanaged. You know,
Yeah,
I think they got to let him do his thing, and
I think
hopefully he can
it's
have a spine and tell him to back off if they're getting involved too much.
yeah. I think it'll be hard because like at Brentford, you saw they kind of gave him full loyalty and belief, and Brentford. think for the most part was like, as long as we maintain our position in Premier League,
Hmm.
we're pretty much good, right? Where Tottenham will have set their sights a little bit higher, so Thomas Frank will have to kind of adjust for that. But I think to bring Brentford in and be pretty consistent with them through all the Ivan Toney drama and
Yep.
selling off players here and there and yada yada yada. It's like, just let that guy do work, and I think good things will happen. I don't know how high on the table he'll get you, but I think he has enough knowledge and tactical awareness to make adjustments where, like, that was a lot of the complaints about Ainge was those one game plan and that is all we do. And
Yep.
I think if that injury crisis were to pop up under Frank, I think he would make the proper adjustments to try and win games, or at least like hold off teams better.
All right, let's jump to Zupamendi here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited on this one. This one is a little bit like the Wirtz one for me, where I feel like he's been talked about for a few years,
teased forever.
Yeah, and
Dangled.
it seemingly was always like, nah, just I don't want to leave. Was it Sociedad? I think he was from.
Yeah.
So I just kind of chalked it up to like it's not going to happen ever. But I'm glad it did, because I think he's going to be great for the midfields. Another creative person, which had been issue last season when Odegaard was out, and when Saka was out, there was just a real lack of creative football going on. It got a little stale. So I think having him in there will certainly help that. He's already played with a few of these players before, so he'll have some connections already coming in. And I'm kind of excited to see how it looks. I mean, if we're building on Declan Rice's end of the season, where he's like bombing forward and getting goals and stuff now, and let him keep doing his thing. And if Zubamendi can kind of take over that defensive, deep creator kind of role, I think it all balance out pretty well. So really excited and happy with that signing. I think it's a quality one, and I'm glad it finally came to fruition.
Yeah, I mean, he was dangled in front of Liverpool last year too, and it sounded like that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But if it worked out to us getting Wirtz and you getting Zupamendi, so be it.
I mean,
Again, it's like both our teams right now making quality signings of positions that they needed. That was a big part of it too. It didn't feel like any signing we made was like an add-on. Like, remember last year we got Chise from Juventus? That was like I guess we'll take another like attacking forward. Like, I get we have 8 of them now, but like we'll try it. The signings we're making now feel like, okay, this is just adding the depth in spots that we need. This is a great problem to have, and West Ham couldn't figure it out. But like, you have 14 really good players with only 11 positions. Where are you going to put them? I think that's the thing we might struggle with as teams this year. But like, not a bad problem to have quality on the bench.
Well, and that's part of my hope too. Is one of the main criticisms I have about Arteta, and I see a lot, is just his lack of squad rotation. So then, come season end, guys are burnt out, and now hopefully with some of these new signings, he'll have, I guess, enough belief and faith in being able to rotate more and rest guys, if not full games, at least bring them off earlier and stuff. So I think it'll, as long as he kind of is on board with that, I think it'll all work out pretty well in that respect, at least. So,
and you got Norgard from Brentford too. Like, he's going to be solid.
I think that's a smart pickup. Kepa as backup keeper, I think, is great. he's 30 now. He's matured, right? He's not going to do anything weird.
I think he'll be okay.
I don't know, but if last season's anything to go by, I think Neto played maybe one game, and I don't even think it was a league game. I think it was EFL Cup or something.
Oh, wow.
So hopefully, Kepa can step in and take a game or two off of Raya just to give the guy a little break.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, happy $5 million I think is the perfect price for an experienced backup keeper. So works for me.
Didn't break the bank, so yeah, I think you'll be all right there. Let's do. I think this is an interesting one because I think some Chelsea fans might be thinking they got a good one, and maybe they did, but I don't think we know yet. João Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting player. I think he was decent on Brighton, but again, like that Brighton rotation of strikers just kind of felt never ending. And I think because we did stats, we got to see what the report card looked like every week. And like João Pedro was not in that squad consistently.
No.
It was a rotation of him and Welbeck and someone else basically trying to play up front. I guess we could check to see how many games he played, but if I had to guess, I would be shocked if it was more than 66% of the games they had last year. Just felt like he didn't play that much. And so that's my worry for Chelsea a little bit. I feel like this could just be a Nick Jackson 2.0.
Yeah. Yeah, so last season at Brighton, he made 23 starts, completed about 22 full 90-minute games. So
just about 66%.
yeah, in there enough. And in that he got 10 goals and 6 assists, which are not bad numbers. But
can you compare him to her? I'll get Cunha's stats because to me, it's similar type of player.
Yeah, I feel like they are.
Cunha had 29 starts and 15 goals. With four extra appearances, so 33 in total.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think Pedro has some good qualities to him. I'm just a little bit more curious as to I mean, I know it's Chelsea and they'll just buy anyone and everyone, but you bought Liam Delap to be your striker earlier in this window, and now just bought another one while still having Nick Jackson there, still having Nkunku. Is João Felix isn't there, right? He left, or
I think he's at AC Milan now.
Okay, I can't keep up with what they got going on over there, but it's I guess not all too surprising. They like to take advantage of whatever opportunity presents itself, but I don't know. I was kind of annoyed when they signed Liam Delap because I thought I think he'll be pretty good, and I wouldn't have. I don't know. I feel like I don't like when players are going to Chelsea right now because there's just no guarantee that you're actually going to play enough. So it's hard to see good players go there right now, and I mean, I guess you're kind of hoping for the competition between all the players, and they get better with that. But
I'm curious. So I found a list today, the longest contracts in football. Did you see this list that came out?
No.
It's a top 12 list. Number 1 on it is Nico Williams from Bilbao, and he's at 10 years left. Second is Holland with 9. The next 8 are all Chelsea players, and I guarantee you've not heard of half of them. Okay, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, so João Pedro 8, Nick Jackson 8, Dario Asugo 8 years, Mamadou Sarr, add another Sarr to the party.
Yeah.
Kendry Paez.
We're just making things up now.
Enzo Fernandez.
Okay, I'm still there.
I'll reel you back in. And
Yeah.
then this guy, Mike Penders,
Mike Penders.
7 years on his contract. Ever heard of those
Yeah.
players that
No. Who are these people?
Mike Penders is a how old is this kid? 19-year-old Belgian goalkeeper. And
Interesting.
he's on a 7-year deal. Well, 7 years left. So that's what Chelsea's doing right now. They're just signing everyone to long-term deals and still banking that they can make it through. So to see
Yeah.
João Pedro is going to be with Chelsea for 8 years, I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty wild too.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like I'm looking at their squad list now, and it is crazy to see how many are just still technically employed by Chelsea, and in their attacking side, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 maybe players all across three positions up front, and I get it. You need depth, and some of those may still move around, but I don't know. I think Brighton has, maybe not. Maybe last season, I think they were kind of let down a little bit from what they maybe should have done. But I think you're on a nice enough team that you maybe ride it out, or wait for a team where you are gonna be the starting striker or something, right? Because if you're right now at Brighton, you got 27 matches. At Chelsea, I don't know if you're hitting that number unless you're like you come in and you are better than everyone. Then okay, yeah, but otherwise they're gonna just have to keep rotating.
I mean, that'd be like Holland. Holland would be the only answer to Chelsea that like you're going to start every game at the number 9
Yeah,
position.
yeah,
Yeah, they have too many mouths to feed, and to keep everyone happy, they're going to have to play them all. I don't know, man. There's just another Chelsea question mark that
yeah,
just doesn't make sense. So yeah, again, a signing that we didn't see coming, and I see Chelsea fans thinking this is going to be. He's like, this is it. This is the guy. I'm just like, I
yeah.
don't. You have like very little to back that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he came into Club World Cup and I
That's
think scored like 2 goals or
yes,
whatever. So
yes.
I think it's a lot of the hype from that, but I don't know. It's hard to know what Chelsea's doing because they do just sign so many names that you've never even heard of, and it's what how
It's real
yeah,
people.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna package Frimpong and Kirkez since we got new right and left backs. Fantastic signing once again, Liverpool. You got like fan favorites from other teams to join our team, and they're stoked about it. Chad, I don't know if you've been following how stoked they are. Kirkez didn't take off his jersey for the photo shoot throughout the whole day. Like someone was like, usually players like give this back after the shoot. He's like, no, I'm keeping it. So that's pretty sick. I'm pretty excited about that. Like obviously he's pretty stoked to be wearing that thing. And then Frimpong just has like the Dutch connection with everyone, so like feels super at home.
Yeah,
I
and
think,
the words connection. So
yeah, exactly. This little package
nice.
deal. He's going to be insanely fast, way different from what I think we've seen on the right side of Liverpool in a long. It's going to be an interesting how Salah and him are playing off each other. I'm really curious about that, but I feel like Kirkez and Robinson, similar type of player and energy. I think Robinson is probably like a little more Energizer Bunny, while Kirkez is a little more like Bully. So
yeah, I like that.
So yeah, super stoked on those. I mean, come on in. Like, let's get to work.
yeah. I'm excited to see how Frimpong does with Salah. In my head, we're just pushing Salah inside more and letting Frimpong kind of run that line, which I think will be great. He's good enough that teams will have to respect him out there and should create some nice space for Salah to get onto the ball. And I'm picturing like a quick pass from Frimpong to Salah, maybe one touch, shot, goal. You know,
Music to my ears.
yeah, it's I think going to be a deadly combination once they kind of figure each other out. But yeah, I mean, Kirkez. I didn't realize he was 21. I feel like I've heard about him for a few years and just assumed he was like, I don't know, at least mid 20s. But yeah, I think a great pickup, with Robertson just being good and able to contribute, just getting older and, picking up a few little injuries here and there. And I think they'll work together well as on like both being a good defensive and like attacking option, but then also, yeah, having a little bit different play styles. So Slot can, adjust as the game is needed. But yeah, another
Pretty stoked.
smart move. Yeah,
We lost Kwanzaa in the deal, but honestly, I think we're gonna be okay.
I think that's okay. Yeah, I feel like he had moments where it looked like he could get it, and then other times just wasn't really there. But it's okay. We got you two great players, so
We made up for it. Yep, we made up for it.
yeah. Yeah.
Was there any other transfers in here that you want to note?
Not specifically, but for City, I think just no like big standout or not as many signings as I maybe expected. Coming off of last season where it looked like the squad was just kind of getting tired, and I know they had a few injuries in there, and those players will be back, but yeah, kind of weird to not have City be one of the teams like in the newspapers to bring in whatever big name player.
Stoked about it. Stoked.
Yeah. I think with Pep time at City winding down, maybe they're tightening the reins a little bit on what transfers he can ask for, because why sign Pep players when you're not going to be there much longer. So
right.
I don't know, but
I think their starting 11 next year is going to be totally different outside of like 1 or 2 to 3 players. I mean, I feel like their wingers might be different.
Yeah.
Their midfielders just got a whole lot older, so we're probably going to see Nunez, Gonzalez, and I guess Reniers coming in right away. And then it would be interesting to see how they work Rodri back in. I imagine he'll be fit and up to speed. And then the Altnuri pickup from the Wolves, I thought that was pretty solid. We thought that was going to be a Liverpool signing, to be honest, because it was very similar to Robinson, and just like having another Egyptian on the team just seemed right.
Yeah.
But now I think. Oh, do you guys have an Egyptian on your team?
No, not currently. We had El Neni, but
that's right. That's right. I remember. Yeah, I remember like all the big 6 teams had an Egyptian on their team, or the last trophy winners always had an Egyptian on their team. Well, City just got theirs, so I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't come true. I don't think it will, but I think City. If we had to go down the list right now, it's like City's transfers have been okay-ish.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad, but
yeah.
I just think you lost a huge name in De Bruyne. Even I know Kyle Walker kind of like started to fade at the end there, but he was solid for a good few years for you. And the 8 Nori, I mean, I guess he can play right back if they need it, but it just felt like I would have seen more. I don't know, like I know their name was kind of thrown around in the words conversation, but I'm surprised it wasn't more. I figured, De Bruyne leaves, like Wirtz is like kind of the next De Bruyne figure, right? So
felt fitting
to see them, I guess to not see them there was interesting.
City needs a 1-2 punch, and Holland is one, and who's number 2 is just not there. And I feel like we could honestly go down the list of teams right now with a 1-2 punch, and like they may not be like a great 1-2 punch, but at least they're
Mhm.
there. I mean, I could do it
Yeah.
right. You go to Man United, it's Bruno and Cunha, right?
Hmm.
You go, uh, let's go. It's João Pedro and Cole Palmer. I mean, like
Yeah.
every team is going to have that 1-2 punch, and I don't think City knows whose it is yet. Marmouche and Holland sounds cool, but like it didn't really work out. That we didn't get to see
Yeah.
a lot of it last year too, either.
Yeah. We didn't get to see a lot, but I also feel like they both want to be the striker, right? Where it's like
Mm-hmm.
they're neither of them are too big on the creating side. So um, I don't know. I've seen people say this
Mm-hmm.
Cherokee. I don't know. He's supposedly very creative, and might be the one to fill that role. But um, again, that's one player,
Yeah.
and he's 21. He's I'd say pretty much unproven. So I was just surprised. No, not a huge effort to go out and find a De Bruyne replacement, but
I'll
I
allow
don't
it.
know. Yeah, it sounds good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Why don't we do your Thomas Party
Hmm. Hmm.
review, and then we'll get to our kids.
Yeah. Um, I don't need to say too much about it, but just kind of a shitty situation all around. I think he's officially been charged with 5 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault, which, if you're in the football world, has been circulating for a handful of years
Mm-hmm.
now. Was more or less known that he was the guy, but they couldn't name names because no charges were official yet. Um, so yeah, I think that's always been kind of a weird like cloud over Arsenal the past few
Yep.
seasons. Um, and I think Arsenal showed that, like every team, but I think Arsenal right now showed that they are just kind of a business, right? Like that's every team is. But in this, they showed that, like, while technically they were following all the guidelines and everything set by the FA and their own safeguards and stuff. I think to have accusations come multiple times and be brought to your attention through different avenues, whether it be some victims directly reached out, other ones were notified via I don't know, police or detectives or whatever it might be. Um, to still have been playing Thomas Partey that whole time feels just wrong, and like a business decision rather than standing on any moral high ground. Because this is the same Arsenal that we iced out Ozil because we didn't want him there, right? And and he put up a big stink about it, and rightfully so. He is under contract, but Arsenal said no, we're not playing yet. Same with Aubameyang towards the end there, where there were tardiness issues and other things, but like again, just kind of iced him out and didn't play him, and those issues compared to the Partey stuff is just completely different leagues. So
Yeah, not
it
even close.
it
Crazy.
feels just like a just a weird choice to continue to play him through that. And I get, like, they'll feel like they were fine because they were following everything that is set up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But um and then, like, to top it all off, there was apparently talks of offering him a new contract, which I think is maybe the biggest mistake they made in this. And like, this had a natural conclusion at the end of contract, right? And he would have been off. It was still weird and not great over those years to keep promoting him and all this, but um I think to like want to continue to work with him after all that is maybe just like you lost sight of your moral standing, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a little bit weird summer, I think, for a lot of Arsenal fans because, you know, we all like find ourselves in these teams, and that's why we become fans and support them for so long. And it's just been weird. It's just been like a little bit of like a stain
Mm-hmm.
on the fandom, right? Because that you kind of, I mean, I'm not local there, obviously, but I see a lot that they do for the community and even like the world's wide fan base. Like they do a lot and have a lot of different foundations and everything, and have been such a proponent for the women's game. And Arsenal women just went and won the Champions League and everything, and then to have like this alleged rapist charged, multiple charges of it is like just crazy. And I think just in my head, I think I'm justifying it as like they just have been so business focused because like that's where football is. It's just so much money right now, right? That they just kind of lost sight of like, I guess, what kind of really matters and how these teams need to operate. So yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just been weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's still my club. I'm still supportive of them, and but I think it's important to also kind of hold them accountable for these things. And I know they're not the only club to go through issues like this, but I think clearly there needs to be some more, I don't know, like guidelines or something where it's like if there's these serious charges or even one brought forward, like there needs to be some like holding pattern in there
Mm-hmm.
of like, okay, this player can't play while this gets figured out or whatever it might be. I don't know,
Yeah.
but
They can't force you to root for him.
no, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
what
So
we're all kind of guilty of doing, right? Is when I guarantee Arsenal fans cheered when Party scored a goal this year.
yeah, I mean, like
You didn't maybe
that
want
was
to,
it.
but you
Like,
had to because that's just how it goes. Like you're a
like
fan of the
I
team.
remember some of the times he would score, I'd be like, yeah, we scored, and then it was like there's a little bit of holdback. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, but it's
But
kind of him, and like that I needed anyone else to score, kind of thing. But you take the goal, right? Because you
yeah.
want to win, you want to see your team do well. So glad that that part of this story is over, but I do think it's good that a lot of people are still giving Arsenal a lot of stick about this, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they've even really come out and said anything after the charges were brought forward. So
Hmm.
that's kind of a weird thing to not just be like, "Oof, sorry," like
Right.
we heard about this, but yada yada yada. But um, yeah, I don't know. It's clearly a more than just an Arsenal problem. Like there's has to be a deeper fix, but I don't think Arsenal really conducted themselves in a way that the fans would have wanted to or the fans would have expected them to. So that's all I got really, but happy to move forward. Just hope that the victims get whatever justice they need in this, and that's kind of where I'm at with it.
Your divorce from Party is over.
Yes. So onwards and upwards, or
Yep.
here on the background is always forward.
There you
So
go. The right
that's what we're
mentality.
doing.
All right. All right. Let's look at some kits here because
Yeah.
I must say, whoever did this year's kits deserves a raise far more than last year, where I didn't want any of them. And now I think there's some absolute top tier kits for a lot of these teams. I like a lot of the designs. Some are really simple. Some have just enough to catch your eye. And now I'm looking at tier lists. I was like, dang, all right. They kind of everyone seems to be on the same page with tiers lists apparently.
Yeah.
Do you have one that stands out that you're going to get that you're not a team of?
Um, I mean, that Liverpool third green kit, I keep seeing it. It looks very nice on the pictures, so we'll see. I think it looks like such a nice green and like a nice kind of simple, understated design.
Yep.
Just classy, you know. And um, yeah, that one's definitely caught my eye. I won't get it, but other one that really catches my eye is Chelsea's away kit.
Really? The
Um,
white one with the stripes?
yeah, it's very simple, but I think when I see it in on the players, it seems to be a little bit more creamy than like
Mm.
pure white. Which I don't know if that's just because they got dirty, but it looks good in that sense. So I don't know. It's simple, but I kind of like it. I don't know how it really pertains to Chelsea and the colors, but um, whatever. It looks cool. I like
Yep.
it. I won't
Yep.
get it, but
Sunderland's away kit might get my
Sunderland
money.
away.
Have you seen that one yet?
Let me look. Let
Oh
me look.
man, I think it might get my money. It reminds me of like
Oh.
early you know how early '90s like kits were super baggy.
Mhm.
This is the type of that kit reminds me of that style of kit, but like not that '90s
Yeah.
look to it anymore. But definitely like the design, the white, the collar. I don't know.
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I
yeah.
really like that one. It pops pretty
That
good,
is
and
nice.
I feel like if I'm wearing a Sunderland kit, nobody's gonna be like, "I hate
Yeah.
you." It's like you can't.
No, yeah.
So yeah,
That's a nice
that
one.
one's on my list. The Brighton purple. I'm not a huge fan of badges in the middle, but
Yeah.
I like the color. I think I just love that shade. American
I
Express as
think
the sponsor is where I'm like, it feels so
yeah.
commercial. But
I think I think you're right though. Like that center badge kind of ruins it for me.
mm,
um I feel like I got to see it in person or something because I like the purple, but I'm curious if the sides are like just a lighter purple or like a gray.
hmm
Could go either way. I feel like.
and then I like the Leeds home kit too. It's classic Red
Oh
Bull
yeah.
on it.
Mhm.
Considering the Niners owner owns Leeds, I might
Oh
get
yeah.
one to like just because I feel like I can wear this at a Niner game. People will be like, oh,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
or I just wear my red Liverpool kit. I don't know, but yeah, and then all the
Yeah.
Liverpool kits, man. I want like all of them this year. I think.
Yeah. Those are looking good.
Damn,
Yeah.
too many good ones.
Yeah. I mean, there's still like just dodgy pictures of Arsenal's third kit, but
hmm
it's supposed to be white with some design going on and like it looks like a darker red, like a maroon almost.
Okay.
That one looks pretty nice, but again, it's like weird bad lighting, like thrown on the table kind of pictures that have
Right.
popped up. So I don't know if it's actually real, but and then I did want to shout out Nottingham Forest. Their home kit
Mm-hmm.
feels almost like the kind of gives me the Sunderland vibes that you were talking about, like just kind of a classy, like old school kind of vibe. Just looks clean.
Yep. Um, I do like
Any that
the.
you hate?
Oh, good question, Chad. Good question. Um, any that I hate. I mean, I don't. The city one's fine.
Their third kit.
Um,
If this is what it actually is, this like concrete water looking thing.
the one with the stripe across the like chest.
No, it's like a gray like wet with like a bright highlighter neon green.
Hang on.
If this is real, I don't know, but um, it looks terrible.
Concrete. Is Kevin De Bruyne the pick? Oh wait, is it? Does it have water droplets on it?
Yeah, yeah, it has like some like
Oh God, this their kit.
yeah. So
Oh yeah, there's Holland kind of wearing it. Oh,
I
bro,
think that one's a miss for me.
This wins the worst kit in the league. You can't even read their badge.
No, yeah, it's
I don't know if this is real.
if it's real, yeah, it's one of the worst I've seen in a very long time.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, that one wins if it is in play. I don't know about the worst jerseys. Um, it's just hard to say because we haven't seen them all.
Yeah,
Well, I think they're definitely releasing the best looking ones for a reason.
sure, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna probably get a few.
Yeah, I'll see. Like sometimes for me, it's on player too, right? Like
For sure.
I've gotten the Brighton home kit with Matoma on the back just because Matoma is so fun to watch. I mean, their home kit's never that bad anyway, but if there's a standout player on some team that is enticing, like I don't know, I'm not saying I'm going authentic, but I'll find a way to get that kid.
Bro, I want Wirtz, I want Kirkes. If Mateta goes, I want Mateta. And I'm probably gonna get a Jota one too, because just
Yeah.
so right there, that's 4 right there.
Oof, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, this could be Salah's last year. I'm like, do I get a Salah one? Like,
Jesus.
no, he's 2 more years. 2 more years. Can't be his last one.
Well, at least you got 3 different kits to do, right? So you can spread it out over that. But I hope you've been saving your money because it sounds like you're about to spend a whole bunch on these kits.
I'll probably bring it down to 2, and it's probably going to be Jota and Wirtz, unless Mateta comes in. If Mateta comes, I mean, I've been wanting a Mateta kit for so long. It has to happen. It has to happen.
It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I don't got anything more to say here, Chad.
No, yeah.
I think we covered a lot and got it in within an hour and 7 minutes here.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, I'm about to make a move here soon. The pod might go dark through the month of August. Might be able to chime in. Maybe I can even drop into your house there every now and then or something too. That'd be kind of first time, right? Yeah. First time together. Maybe we can raid Jordan's studio one of these days and maybe investigate what he could do for us.
Well, look, opening weekend of Premier League is where we're at a bachelor party, right?
Correct.
So maybe we do a on the spot, just
in the hot tub,
drinks in hands, footy on in the morning.
Oh damn!
Maybe bust something out. That's a lot to promise on a bachelor party weekend, but
we'll see what we can do. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I'll leave it with this. We are planning to go to England January 7th, 2026. Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield.
Oh boy.
Fingers crossed. That is the plan.
Yes.
So we'll let you know if that ends up happening. But we got flight credit we got to use, damn it. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
All right, Chad. Episode 102. It's in the books.
Yep.
With that, the Hooligans pitch, we're out.